Okay, it's working, I think. Wait, I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Twitch. And I am live on Kick. Yo, what is good, everyone? Thank you for the help. Bye. If you're brand new to the channel, I am Joe, or Krims Lightning. And today we are doing a continuation of yesterday's stream. If you weren't here yesterday, what are you doing? Let me just pull you up here and you up here. Perfect. If you're new here or new to the channel, let me explain who I am, what I do, how insane I am. My name is Joe, or Krims Lightning. I've been on YouTube for a couple of years now. Anniversary might be coming up soon. No clue. And today we are doing a Pokemon run, but we are not allowed to do any direct damage. What do I mean by I'm not allowed to do any direct damage? Well, that is simple. That's very simple. Pretty much, if I'm allowed to do damage through status moves, so like Confusion, Burn, Leech Seed, Curse, but I'm not allowed to click an attacking move. So any move that has any damage, I'm not allowed to do. Anything that could kind of ruin and pretty much the rules are, if I encounter anything within the run that makes it physically impossible to complete the challenge, I'm boned. Not really. I have to release 3 Pokemon in my party, which means a whole lot of grinding to get them back. And I gotta do like 20 push-ups on camera. Make it 50. The push-ups are still up in the air. We haven't decided about the push-ups. With that being said, let's start our journey. So last time we left off, we were maybe 1 or 2 guys in. Quick team recap: we got Gotti Guy, the Purloin. I'm using one-handed controls. I forgot. I gotta change it back. Where's Gotti Guy? Gotti Guy is running the Unburden ability. With Sandetide, Growl, Scratch, and Fake Out, we are not allowed to click half of his moves because why would I enjoy? Why would I enjoy doing damage, right? Next up is Meatbag. He's Quovet. I regret naming him Meatbag. If anybody has any new name recommendations in any of the chats, it would be greatly appreciated. I need to zoom out so I can see chat in here. Anyways, next up is Phil. He's going to leave the party soon, probably. Because he really does. He's a filler. I have another Phil. Same thing. Filler. You have Chad Guy, the Zigzagoon. Pretty much he does the same thing as Gotti Guy, but a little bit worse. And Ragdoll with Growl and Taunt, and another 2 moves that he cannot use. So, pretty much, this is the team. The whole, last time I ended the stream a little bit early because I actually spent like 2 hours on that last fight. Sorry if you wanted to watch it. With that being said, we're going to remove one of the fillers out. Turn on the 2-handed controls again. Where is it? Because so now I can just play like a normal person. Because I was doing a lot of this last time. I'm Italian. I speak with my hands. So for me, speaking with my hands is very important. I don't give a shit about what you need to say, Hop. Hop was an interesting battle. I lost, actually, after like an hour and a half. Because I ran out of taunts. But overall, I think it went very well, considering I had no idea what I was doing. I pulled the strategy out of my butt. We didn't fight you because we didn't want to deal with your BS. We actually might fight her in today's stream. I probably won't, just because we don't have an actual way to battle. Chat, how's volume on the game? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it terrible? How is it? I'm assuming it's all right. Anyways, what's been going on in my life? Oh, one of my guys at work called out sick today, which was wonderful. I love when I was left by myself pretty much. Yo, Hop, I really don't give a shit. Like, Hop, you could find the lost city of Atlantis and I wouldn't care because you're Hop. Your only claim to fame is your brother being the champion. We're going to move Whittle Guy back in and remove one of the fills. Fills don't do anything. They really don't do anything. They're just duplicates because why not? Why not have another duplicate, right? Oh wow, that actually doesn't help me. I was happy, but then I remembered I can't use attacking moves. Which is actually why it's really important for us to get rid of what attacking moves we do have. Oh yeah, there's the camping gear in this game. I completely forgot about that. Whatchamacallit. Yeah. Nothing special. Whatchamacallit. So yeah, no, I think we're gonna definitely beat the first gym leader today. That's the goal, right? We actually need to make the webcam a little bit smaller. Perfect. Now I'm small. Hi guys, I'm back. No, but you know, honest seriousness. I hate this cutscene. In all seriousness, right? English words. Things are going to speed up a lot because we have access to the open area. What is it called? It's not called the wild area. It's called the wild area. Anyways. What's the wild area? I'm definitely scuffed graphics. Pokemon, I love you, but you gotta fix your graphics. I don't know if this is happening on other platforms, but Kick is bugging. And the Kick stream is It looks like it's down. Kick. We are back. We are not dead. We are very much alive. So you know, I'm looking forward to getting. I think Carkol might be an option. He's a rock fire type. We're looking for somebody, a fire type that can have Will-O-Wisp. We're looking for a psychic or ghost type that can learn Confuse Ray. We're looking for a grass type. Another grass type. We want a second grass type. We're definitely gonna have a big fire and flying weakness, but name a water type that can realistically, because if we can't find somebody who can learn Confuse Ray, we have Blipbug. Blipbug is probably the worst option, in all honesty, but he's our only option at the moment. Right. So we're going to look around. Wingull doesn't do anything for us. I really don't give a shit. More Wingull. Bunnelby, not really. Oh my god, shut up. You are not useful for this team. Like, I could have gotten a Ludicolo. But my issue is that Ludicolo doesn't really do anything for us, right? Ludicolo kind of just exists for the sake of existing. A Pangoro, not going to be useful for us. I don't need a Wingull. Like, realistic. Who, outside of competitive and setting rain, who uses a Wingull? I personally don't know a single person who uses Wingull outside of competitive. Let's get the Growlithe for now. What's Growlithe's learned set? That's my question. Jenny. Do you learn Will-O-Wisp? That's the question I want to be answered. Do you learn Will-O-Wisp? You don't learn Will-O-Wisp. You're useless to me. Trust me, I would love an Arcanine. He's useless to me. If I needed somebody to stall, I would only install strategies. But I don't. Is that hair in my mouth? Ew. Sir. Oh. That's a really good competitive item. I just found my Will-O-Wisper. Ghastly is a really good Pokemon for this playthrough. Believe it or not. 26? I can't beat that. What about Duskull? Let's see how easy a Duskull is. Nope. I think we need like Great Balls for these guys. But I would love a Gengar. I would actually love a Gengar for this series. But right now he's just too high of a level. No way in hell we're fighting. We're just getting Watts. Mudsdale could be good because he's tanky and could be my I'm going to send you in just to eat hits Pokemon. I don't want to move on to the first area without somebody who can carry the team. That's kind of my goal right now. Hail is an option. He might be the best option. He gets snow warning, which gives hail. He probably gets leech seed. Wait, I should have checked what he got first. Snover. Generation A. Sword and Shield. Ingrain, yes. Lear, yes. Swat. I think we just picked up somebody who might be like an end game team member. Or Avail, yeah, no. You can learn Leech Seed through egg moves, which you can learn about TM. No, but just for the hail. And he can use hail as an attack. You know, that's... That's a win. We're gonna name him Frozone. And there goes the last filled team member. He gets no warning, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was a good pickup. You can't tell me that was not a good pickup. I think this is the second playthrough I've ever done where I'm willingly picking up an Abomasnow. Is Abomasnow my favorite ice type? I don't think it is. Right now we're looking for either a psychic type or a fire type. Honestly, we gotta come back to you. Please tell me you're not an absurdly high level. Like, I might go back to the 24s. You're just gonna sweep my team. If I was doing a Nuzlocke, that would have sucked. Are you a good pickup? You learn metal sound, you learn iron defense. Will quick ball. Bronzong might be a late game pickup if we can't get a Gengar, because he offers light screen, he offers defenses, he offers confuse ray. Like one of the... Okay, we're selling that instantly. Oh wow, you give me a TM for a move I'm never gonna use. But no, in all seriousness, we might catch a second Snover. Maybe. Now here's the question. It's a question I never thought I would ask. Stunky viable? Venom Drench, Memento. I never thought I'd see the day that I'm gonna want a Skunky. Oh, I think it's the level cap. Gotta go back for you, but that's a mental note right there. That Skunky might be viable for this playthrough, which is, honest to God, a sentence I would never think to leave my mouth. That's what Purloin evolves into Purugly. Is it Purugly? I love how they named the lakes after my favorite Pokemon. As much as I'd love a Growlithe, he doesn't do anything for us. I think we're going to venture into the other area. Not for Pokemon, but for specifically Pokemon that will allow us to continue in this endeavor. Right, I'm looking for Pokemon for future nodes, right? A mental node. Yeah, like Frozone's just... Once we get away to get reoccurring heals on Frozone. That's when Frozone ultimately becomes the best Pokemon on this team. And I'm not saying that to be counterintuitive, right? I'm saying that because genuinely, he puts up hail as soon as he gets in, stays in for 4 turns, gets out, goes back in, hail goes back up. It's tank. Like, and we're not going to replace our starter. The only way for me to replace Grookey, is for me to find a Pokemon that does what Grookey does, but significantly better. And for the amount of defensive bulk that he has, I don't think we're really going to find it. Please tell me you're under level 20. Ah, you dick. Toxel is not an option. As much as I would love to run him. He's just very frail. And for what I need from the Pokemon on my team, he ain't it. I'm not really finding anything that we would run. We're gonna just continue on to the first area. somebody that we need a fire type. I'm a firm believer that having a fire, water, grass score is probably the strongest start we can ever have. Right, once we get the first gym, this wild area is going to be so useful to us. But until then, I can't rely on it. I got a very important text. Sorry about that. Yo, what is up, Arceus Zach? Sorry for being on my phone when you first joined. I had to send a very important text to a boss of mine at a volunteer organization. If you're new here, let me introduce what we are doing. Specifically, we are playing Pokemon, but I'm not allowed to do any direct damage. So, I'm able to do damage through things like hail. I'm able to do things burn, Confusion, Will-O-Wisp. They're pretty much the same game. In my opinion, if you own one, you don't need the other. Sure, what's your current team? Oh, speaking of other Pokemon games, while you're typing up all that, I actually just modded 2 days ago, maybe. What? Let me see if it's in the desk. It's not. I don't know where. I don't know where it is. I just finished modding my I just finished modding my a 2DS that I have, so I can have Pokemon Bank, and I just transferred everything in a Pokemon Home. I braced you. 3 of my Pokemon are transferred over from Pokemon Sheild, but they're the same level as the rest of my team. Oh, okay, so you just transferred version exclusives. Yeah, no, that's normal. That's Zach, we are actually multi-streaming. So I'm streaming on 3 different platforms. I'm streaming on Twitch, I'm streaming on YouTube, and I'm streaming on Kick. I think the reason I'm doing Kick, right, is because from my knowledge, right? Also, the sporadic movement is just me opening up something on Kick. Huh. Anyways, TML. Hey, what's up, fam? Just a heads up. Okay, so I just have another guy. Pretty much just trying to get paid on Kick. Anyways, Charlie the Charmander, Dracy the Dracovish, Elvish the Slowpoke, Bunga the Groki, Rookie the Rookity, Renegade the Nickit, Elvis, Charlie, and Dracy are transfers, and I just finished the gym challenge and opening ceremony. Yeah, no, this is my like 4th, 5th time playing through this game. Not even, maybe my 2nd or 3rd full time, right? Playing through this game, trying to get this gym. I'm actually streaming on. I'm a huge Leafeon and Glaceon fanboy. With Leafeon and Glaceon, Build-A-Bear is on my bed. I'm such a fanboy. I hope Glaceon and Leafeon get Megas in Legends ZA. I know all the Pokemon that get released in ZA. The Megas. Do you want me to tell you if they're? Because I can tell you if they do. But no. I'm streaming on 3 different platforms. I'm real. For the sake of. For the sake of growth, Kick, I'm like. It's really weird streaming on multiple platforms because I gotta focus on 3 different chats. It's a little bit weird, but I'm getting used to it. No, I want to be surprised if they're revealed. Honestly, 100% valid. When, what's the word I'm looking for? I just got to the point where I was like, I need to know information. Pokemon has revealed not enough information. So now I know every mega in the game. When it comes to evolution specifically, we can stick on the topic of evolutions, but specifically with evolutions, I think I have one specific one that I am a fan of. Because I think you can't go wrong with an evolution. I think the worst evolution has to be Flareon. He just looks too basic. Ugh, it was so weird seeing B and Gordy because I'm used to seeing Alistair and Melanie. Yeah, no, in my opinion, right? Unless you are given a copy for free, right? And you want to do a complete living dex in Pokemon Home, I don't think there's a reason to have both games personally. They're really the same game. Same animations. The only difference is that the ground gym has the ground gym, but even then the ice gym is a fighting gym. I don't think they did the gyms correctly. I think they should. I don't. I disagree immensely with how they did the gyms in this game. Yeah, I get both games for most games. We have both Sword and Shield, and I have both Scarlet and Violet. Okay, Scarlet and even then, Scarlet and Violet I can justify because I'm spending double the money on a game where I'm going to get the same experience twice. If I made $80 an hour, right, then I can justify getting both games. But for me personally, I can't justify that because I don't make $80 an hour. Like, well, you get most of the same game until you hit Area 0. Even then, I completed Scarlet and Violet, right? And I bought both the DLC for it, right? And for me, it was just... It wasn't fulfilling. Not fulfilling. I loved the first DLC for Scarlet and Violet. The second one, kind of can't stand. But even in Scarlet and Violet, so even then, right? The only thing you get different with that game specifically is... What's the word I'm looking for? Is the Paradox Pokemon. The Paradox Pokemon, which even then, if you and a friend get both versions, you both have both versions, because they designed the games that you can play together in each other's versions. Now I can hop into my friend's Scarlet version and get those Paradox Pokemon. The only thing I really like about the Indigo Disc are the characters and the availability of starter Pokemon, availability to Cleavor, the legendaries via the Tree Guys and Terapagos, the new Paradoxes. Yeah, like, I gotta name myself 1-7 just because of A7 marching band tradition. But it's just weird. I very much don't agree. I think you could have just had a friend get it. And if you wanted the paradoxes, you could have gotten it through your friend. Because it's not like the paradoxes are, you can only catch one. Right? You can catch multiple paradoxes per game. So for me, it's like, it's not as big of a reason to. Like I think what they did for Legends Arceus and Legends ZA should be the standard. Right, let me heal my team. Where you have one game and it has all the content, right? Shouldn't lock content behind games. Like this game I think was stupid, right? The Ice Gym. The gym that is so obviously an Ice type gym was an Ice type gym in Pokemon Shield. But in Pokemon Sword, it's a fighting type gym. I think. Or how in this game, the ground gym, which is so obviously a ground type gym, is a ghost gym. Like, how they did the gyms in this game. No, I'm pretty sure you're able. It's a rock type gym. Okay. No, I'm pretty sure you can get only the legendary paradoxes, aka the paradox, the Swords of Justice. No, yeah, you can, but say I wanted Iron Leaves, right? I can get multiple Iron Leaves. I can only get Iron Leaves in Pokemon Scarlet. I cannot get Gouging Fire in Pokemon. I cannot get Gouging Fire in Pokemon Sword. Right. I mean, Pokemon Violet. Yes, I said I can get Iron Leaves in Violet and Gouging Fire in Scarlet, but I cannot get Gouging Fire in Violet. So that's why I would hop into my friend's game and get Gouging Fire in his game. I might be spitting complete dog shit. No, but he can still breed a Gouging Fire. I'm pretty sure the paradoxes are breedable. So, if I wanted the paradoxes of the other game, I can just hop in my other friend's game. My friend's other game. I personally think Scarlet and Violet were mid. They might not be, but then it's such a pay to collect. where you have to pay to get more Pokemon. Like, I'm going to use Legends Arceus. If you wanted to fight Arceus and get Arceus and fully 100% the Pokedex, in order to even be able to fight Arceus, you needed to finish the Pokedex. But also, you needed a Diamond and Pearl save file. Which, to me, I can't justify buying an entire game just to unlock a boss. I can't justify that. Like, to me, what do you mean you need Diamond and Pearl save file to get every Pokemon in Legend? So, in Legends Arceus, you can complete the Pokedex. But if you want Arceus, you need a Diamond and Pearl save file to fight Arceus. And then when you fight Arceus, it's not, you don't even get Arceus, you just get a copy of Arceus, which, and in order to fight him, you need the Diamond and Pearl save file on your Switch. Or in my case, my Switch 2. Switch 2. Which, to me, is kind of the dumbest thing in the world. I have a theory of something. You want to hear it? I would love to hear your theory. I get why Pokemon did it, right? The whole theory is, well, if you're a Pokemon fan, you're going to buy both games anyway. But if you're not a Pokemon fan, you're now forcing someone to buy it. Which I can't get behind. No matter big company or small company. Like, it's a scummy way to do business. What if Arceus isn't actually the Pokegod, but the actual Pokegod split into Eternatus, Savali, and type Null, and Arceus is the husk of the original Pokegod. Eternatus was created by Palkia and Dialga to try to this is actually a lore thing. I actually found this out recently. But Palkia and Dialga created Eternatus to try to say, screw you to Arceus. That's why he was put in. Type Null and Savali are part of the same evolutionary line and was a Pokemon created by humans. I promise you, if you fight Arceus and ZA, it's hell on earth. What does Mist do? Because I gotta reorder your moves. Wait, we're able to fight Arceus and ZA. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You need to complete the Pokedex. And then once you have that, you go to where you fought Dialga and Palkia in the post-game. And then, I don't know what you're talking about, PLA. If you mean Platinum, then no. I mean Legends Arceus. PLA is search for Pokemon Legends Arceus. I mean Legends Arceus. I said ZA by accident. But like, the fact that they hid him behind a paywall bugs me immensely. And it was because they were like, oh, well, if you're going to get Legends Arceus, you must be a Pokemon fan, so we're going to make you get Legends. We're going to make you get we're going to make you get we're going to force you to buy Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, or Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which in my opinion is not right. I also think people have been overcritical of BDSP, because BDSP was a faithful remake, as it was advertised as. It was just we are going to make the same game but slap a new coat of paint on it, and we're going to do a quality of life change for the fandom by expanding the mind system, by allowing you to catch Pokemon in the mines. And then people got mad at it for being a faithful remake. And then they try to use ORAS. And they were like, and like, I hate to break it to you, bud, but well, Pokemon ORAS was never as advertised as a faithful remake, which kind of bugs me, right? How can you get mad at compare something that's not a faithful remake to something that is a faithful remake? It's kind of like me saying the chibi game that was remade for the Legend of Zelda game that was made that had a Switch port, and then a sequel where you played as Zelda. Google says something different from what are you saying? What is Google saying? Because I have played, I own both, and my friend who just has the full Pokédex and cannot fight Arceus, so I have to give him my copy of of Diamond and Pearl. Oh, that's a lot of text. No, you don't need a save file to fight Arceus and. I'm Googling this while we're here. You are correct. You are correct. But you are also incorrect. You cannot complete the Pokédex in Pokemon Legends Arceus without Darkrai. And you cannot get Darkrai without and I'm pretty sure you cannot get Darkrai without a Legends, without a BDSP file. Wait, let me chat GPT this. Let's chat GPT this. I want a fact. Why did my Google lie to me? Okay. Yes. So you need. This is so gay. So you need it. You don't need a BDSP file to battle Arceus. You just need a completed main story with all the main missions completed, and you need to complete the Pokedex, but you don't need them to be level 10. What you do need, though, is in order to get Darkrai, you need a Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl save file on your Switch, and to get Shaman, you need a Sword and Shield save file. So they locked him, the Arceus fight, behind 2 paywalls, which actually is way worse. It's significantly worse. Because now you're just kind of feeding into the fact that now you can't. Now he's locked behind 2 paywalls. To get a complete Legend Arceus experience, you need to pay $180. If you're a Pokemon fan like me, that's going to get the games anyway. It's not a big deal. But if you're someone like my friend who is just a casual Pokemon player and is just getting into the franchise, to lock that behind a paywall is the scummiest move on the planet, personally. I think it's the scummiest move on the planet. But at the end of the day, Pokemon is Pokemon. People are still going to buy the games. Even if Pokemon does something scummy like that. Shut up, Siri. No, but it's scummy. At the end of the day, it's scummy. Arceus Zach also, if you want to help support me on other platforms, I'm live on YouTube right now. Same name, just a space between them, and no underscore. Appreciate that. But yeah, no, it's just, for me, I can't get behind that. Even though I'm somebody who is willing to admit that he is part of the problem, that Pokemon will not improve until they see their numbers drop. I will still buy a game. There's not enough staff working behind the games. Nowhere nearly enough. They only have 200 employees working on the video games. While there's other game companies out there who have 1,000 or 300, 400, 500, and they're nowhere nearly as big as Pokemon. But to be honest, I still think BDSP is stupid. Because look at Ekans following animation. It's just sliding across the ground in a coil. Okay. At the same time, who the hell uses an Ekans in BDSP? There are so many other poison types that are so much better than Ekans. There's Gengar, who's in the same generation as Ekans and Arbok, who is miles better. There's Skuntank, who still isn't good, but is still miles better. There's Roselia, who's miles better. If you're complaining about one animation, I think you got your priorities a little bit messed up, brother. Because a sliding animation, really? We're gonna nitpick a single animation out of an entire game? Like, shit falls through the cracks. Shit happens. But a sliding animation? As Pokemon fans, instead of being grateful for what we have, yes, we want more, but we will nitpick such stupid shit. And if you don't agree with that statement, you just, and I don't mean to go like after you. You're just the example I'm using. And VODs, if I'm wrong, say it in the comment section down below on the YouTube VOD, but you're complaining over a single Pokemon's animation. They had to design and code and animate how many different animations? How many Pokemon are in BDSP? There's 493 Pokemon. They messed up on 0.203% of the animations. Of the movement animations, mind you. That's not including the damage animations. And you want to nitpick on Ekans? I'm sorry. No, I was talking about just the following mechanic in BDSP is stupid, but Ekans following animation is an example. And also Pokemon aren't up to scale. There's also things like locking it. There's also things like locking the Gligar evolution items behind post game. Hey Zach. You know Gligar didn't get an evolution to Platinum. So if they wanted you to use Pokemon in BDSP that you could use in Diamond and Pearl for an actual Diamond and Pearl playthrough, had to make sense. Again, faithful remake. That evolution. If I had it my way, Gligar's evolution wouldn't even be in the game. Every evolution that came from Gen 4 that came in Platinum wouldn't exist. Like, there's so many things to appreciate about that game. But all we do is hate. Is it the perfect Pokemon game? No. Because what if somebody wants to use Gliscor in their playthrough team, but the item is locked behind post game? Hey, you know there's something called Pokemon Home, right? You get a Gligar. And say you have changed it. It's $10 a year. You can't pay $10 a year. That's actually a little upsetting. I'm able to pay $10 a year and I don't make shit. Do you have another fight? Are you... I really wish I had somebody who would burn. But no, why would I take the easy route? Why would I take the easy route, chat? I'm not intelligent. No, but in all seriousness, I agree that there are issues about Pokemon that need to be fixed. But at the end of the day, Pokemon, there's also things like patching the fun glitches like Shaman. Yes, they're patching the glitches. They don't want you to break their game. What? You're mad because they don't want you to bug their game? Huh? You're mad because they want you to play the game how it was intended to? What? Huh? Wait, Zach. I'm not trying to be a jerk. But you're upset because Zach. Glitches aren't supposed to exist. Glitches are mistakes, Zach. How's Nickit? Is he... He's only down by 3? Really? But they haven't fixed not being able to move Spinda out of BDSP. What if somebody gets a shiny Spinda in BDSP? Well, my question is, why the fuck are you... Excuse my language. Why are you shiny hunting for a Spinda of all things in BDSP? What is shiny? You. They changed a nice red to an ugly green. I'm sorry, that... If you're playing Pokemon BDSP to shiny hunt that, then I don't know what. To me, that's not worth shiny hunting. Personally. You want a shiny Spinda. I think your first issue is that you want a shiny Spinda. Not that you can get it. Also, you have other games to shiny hunt in. Zach, I understand the frustration, but there's so many, like, I remember when Sun and Moon came out, and people despised that game. And when I say despise, I literally mean they despised that game, right? But people still bought it. People still played it. And then it was good enough for them to make Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and built upon that foundation. And in Ultra Sun and Moon, they had the Hoopa rings. I think it was Hoopa rings. The Necrozma riding like the Solgaleo or Lunala through the time warp to go to those different ring planets areas, those different dimensions, was such a cool experience that came out of the most hated game of all time. They tried something new. I think it worked out well for them. But you know, it's my biggest issue with Pokemon isn't the games themselves, it's the community. Because as much as I love as much as I love being part of the Pokemon community, we just gotta stop complaining about the small stuff. Like, there's more to do than just complain. That's a big message. Google, Spinda appears in many games, starting in Generation 3, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Titles also available in Generation 4, like Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Heart, Gold, Soul, Silver. Generation 5 titles, Black and White, Black 2 and White 2. Gen 6, X and Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. And the Generation 7 titles, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. If you don't have a DS with Pokemon Bank, the only game you can get Spinda is BDSP. Okay. That doesn't change my statement from earlier. Why would you want a shiny Spinda? Like, pretty sure they're in Blueberry Academy. But even then, why would you want a shiny Spinda? Like, I get it. You want a shiny, and that shiny's bugged. Like, Pokemon's just bugged. If you have a DS, you can mod it. It takes an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. If you're not... An hour if you're not an idiot. I'll give you an example, my friend. I have it right next to me. Or it's on the desk behind me. It's on the desk behind me, I think. I don't know where the hell it is. Give me 30 seconds. Here it is. It's just out of my eyesight. This Nintendo 2DS I bought off of GameStop 2 years ago. $80, $90, whatever. I paid for it. I got it refurbished. W red stylus. 2 days ago, I bought it. I made a video using it where I spent a week only playing Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. When I got the DS, it didn't have Pokemon Bank. I modded Pokemon Bank on here. You don't have to pay for Pokemon Bank anymore. If you get access to it, it's free. And it's not that hard to mod. You need to download 4 files. 2 files, really. Have an SD card for your DS. And know how to type in the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Zach, I'm sorry. I just genuinely don't understand the love for shiny Spinda. I can't. As much as I love shinies. And trust me, I got a lot of shinies. If I open up my Pokemon Home with my phone at 5%. What Google says is Spinda isn't in Scarlet or Violet or the CFCs. due to a coding bug that's been around since BDSP. Okay, it's a coding bug. They need to fix the coding bug. They need to learn how to code better. It's not like the #1 grossing franchise on the planet. Oh wait, yes they are. But you could also wait a minute. You could also get Shiny Spinda from Pokemon Home. I mean Pokemon Go. When you get that from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Home, it's really easy. I have too many Pokemon. I have on my Pokemon Home Shiny Celebi, Shiny Axew, Shiny Tapu Koko, Shiny Stuffle, Shiny Weeping Bell, Shiny Weavile pre-evolved form, Shiny Bagon, another Shiny Axew, Shiny Wheelmer, Shiny Cleffa, Shiny Chimchar, Shiny Squirtle. I also have more shinies than that. Oh yeah. And I have a Shiny Marshadow. I'm a fan of shiny hunting. Zach, I don't know if you're trying to rage bait me. But you are. You are complaining about... You read your last sentence. Your last message. You said, yeah, but I'm pretty sure certain Spinda patterns are region locked. What if the Spinda pattern you want isn't where you live, so you go and so you can't get on it on Switch? You're complaining about a pattern? Zach. There are other things to... There's so many more things to complain about than not being able to get a Spinda with a pattern. What? That is the most... I'm sorry. Zach. Zach. Huh, let's... You want to know what that, Zach? I'm gonna say this not to be a jerk. You need to stop picking these fights, because I understand you want to be right. You want to know what you sound like? That is the most... If you were a Pokemon fan and you went to if you went to Starbucks, you would be that blonde lady with the short haircut. Excuse me? Excuse me. I wanted my name isn't Charin, it's Karen. Karen with a K. My name is Karen with a K. And I asked for a grande venti mocha frappuccino latte extravaganza. Ma'am, that doesn't exist. Okay, but the artwork that you put on the top of my coffee. The artwork that you pay on the top of my coffee. I don't like that artwork. You need to completely remake my coffee and do the artwork all over again. You're complaining about a pattern, bro. Like, I'm not calling you a Karen, but that's the most Karen type shit I could ever read. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that message and post it on Twitter and be like, the battles Pokemon fans choose, and I'll blur out your name. It's just, there are so many other battles you could be fighting for right now. But you focus your mental energy on a pattern of something made out of ones and zeros, which I cannot wrap my head around. Because to me, as somebody who just got into a yelling fight, almost got into a yelling fight with somebody an hour before or two before stream, you gotta pick and choose your battles, my dude. You gotta pick and choose. Also, if you really want a pattern that's region locked, you know there's companies out there that make apps, right? That you can hop on Pokemon Go, but it's not an official version of Pokemon Go. It's a spoofed one that has a movement circle, and you can just go anywhere in the world. That's how I have a Pokemon from Taiwan, and that's on it. And I've never been to Taiwan. Rather pick and choose your battles. There's no way I'm playing a spoofed Go. I'm sorry, but no. I'm not telling you. But there's options. You're missing the point. I get it. I 100% get it. Why? But is this really a battle? You want to... is this really a battle you want to die for? Because that's some... And it's Spinda. Has Spinda, according to... I'm asking ChatGPT. Has Spinda ever been used in competitive Pokemon and was viable? Spinda, whose gimmick is being dizzy and has over 4 billion variants when it comes to its design, is known as, and has been known as, one of the weakest Pokemon in the game. It has a base stat total of 360, has 60 HP, 60 attack, 60 defense, 60 special attack, 60 special defense, and 60 speed. Normal, it's a normal type. And the only stab that he gets is from normal. It has never been viable in OU, UU, often used, uncommonly used, and never used. Always in the bottom gimmick tiers, like PU and ZU, depending on the generation. It does get moves like Contrary and allows it to use moves like Superpower, which raises its special attack and defense instead of lowering it. Theoretically, interesting, but it's awful because stats are just bad. And it will get outspeed and KO'd without getting used. I could see you wanting a shiny for like competitive, right? Like, look, I have a shiny. I have a shiny. This. And it's really good competitively. I can't find a reasoning behind getting a shiny Spinda. I can't. Zach, as much as I respect you, this is a battle, or this is an argument that you're going to fight for the rest of your life. Does Spinda look funny? Yes. We're going to call someone. He's not even online. We're not going to call him. My brain hurts. My brain hurts so much after that conversation. I'm not even trying to be mean. Zach made my brain hurt. The shit. The things people will argue for. It's kind of like the whole point of arguing for the sake of arguing. That's what that conversation was. I am disagreeing with you for the sake of disagreeing with you. Even though I am on this pedestal and I know that what I'm saying sounds so whack right now. I'm going to stand on this hill and die on this hill. Like, Zach, you're probably a great kid. I'm sorry to make fun of you. It's just, it's just one of those pick and choose your battles. And I'm still learning how to pick and choose my battles myself. It's just so funny to me. It's so funny to me to see it from an outside perspective. And Zach, if you didn't leave and you're watching the VOD, so you want to see what I said after the fact, Zach, I think you're a great kid. Don't think you're ever going to win that argument. My head hurt so much after that interaction. Like, I'm gonna complain over a Spinda pattern when there's over 4 billion. That is so funny to me. What? What? Like, that's wild. That conversation just went. You want to know what I feel after that conversation? Have you ever seen the episode of SpongeBob where Patrick is working at the Krusty Krab, right? And somebody calls the Krusty Krab to put in a pickup order. And they're like, hello, is this the Krusty Krab? And he's like, no, this is Patrick. Hangs up. Somebody else calls, is this the Krusty Krab? Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. Hangs up. Another person calls. Hi, is this the Krusty Krab? And he yells, no, this is Patrick. Feels like that. But I'm here, but you're hearing this from like 20 feet away, and it's like, you know you're answering the Krusty Krab phone, right? Or when there's a fire in SpongeBob's brain. That's how I feel. Spin is not even a cute Pokemon. Disagree with me if you want. Spin is not a cute Pokemon. Before we start this battle, I am going to go AFK. I need to refill my water, and I want to plug my phone in. So I'll be right back. Okay, chat, I'm back. And I gotta ask somebody their thoughts on this. Because this is a very... I'm only gonna unmute my desktop audio if he answers. Didn't answer. Let me call a Pokemon fan. Okay. Neither of them answered. That's just, to me, it's such a bizarre thing to talk about. Sorrow, if you're watching this, call me on Discord. You were one of the people I was calling. I'm sorry, it's so hard for me to wrap my head around that conversation. Out of all the things you'll fight about, or you'll fight to defend, you fight over Spinda. Spinda. Zach, you're a great kid. I don't understand that logic. There's nobody in the Discord servers. Damn. Also, the Wooloo is not my Wooloo. It can't do damage. Doesn't matter to me. I don't even own a Wooloo. No, but Spinda. That's a wild stance to stand on. I'm gonna fight over Spinda. Anyways, skipping off the Spinda conversation because that's just brain rot. In all honesty. What happened today? I went to work. One of my guys called out sick. I already talked about that. There was a house fire in my town, which Zigzagoon's learning this? No, that does damage. Also, if you're new here, curious what I'm doing, not allowed to deal Pokemon damage. Are you crazy? Why would I take an attacking move? But that was a crazy statement. But what about anyways, I got golf clubs, and when I say I got golf clubs, the bag's standing in the corner. I've never played golf before. So why am I getting golf clubs? Oh no. No, my brother-in-law is trying to get me into golf, so it's like I've gone golfing twice maybe. And my second time I did significantly better, but I was in a better position on the pitch when it came to the range, and I was in a better, and I just didn't care about form. Do I have to fight you? No. Thank God. So, I believe the game is going to start speeding up a lot. battles are gonna still be slow, right? But if we get a combination of burn, hail, and leech seed, we're gonna go so fast. One Pokemon I really want to use is Appleton. Because yes, he's quad weak to ice. But I can get leech seed on him. He's thick, he's bulky. Bro, I don't want to... Oh, I didn't have to walk. Perfect. I don't understand golf. Golf, from my understanding, is you take a golf club, you know what I really should do real quick? I'm gonna duplicate this, right? Game capture card mini. Right. Make this full screen, right? I'm doing something behind the scenes, guys. Give me a second. Put the webcam behind the capture card. So we can talk about random bullshit during cutscenes. The only thing is, I gotta keep the crop off, which... it is what it is. Anyways, as this animation plays, I just made this. I love this room. Right now. Right. So, I just started playing golf. I can't change the color of the lighting. No! Okay, whatever. I'm gonna be blinded purple. Like, I'm gonna be an absurdly bright purple for a little bit. Right. Oh, I gotta... Oh, no, you're gonna go on. I literally just bought golf clubs. Like, this has the number 5 on it. So, like, there's something called irons. And the lower the number, the further you're supposed to go. That's the first gym leader, by the way. Second gym leader. I've used a 9-iron, I've used a driver, and that's about it. Right. I got this for like $300. For $300, a bag and clubs and covers for the drivers apparently is a steal. Oops. Yeah, so like right now that's living in the corner of my room. And it's like I'm a soccer player. I'm a center back. My job has always been, don't let the person I'm fighting against earn points. It's never been, let's score points for me. We're calling somebody on the watch. Should probably put this on at some point. Yo, do me a favor. I'm gonna call you on Discord real quick because I mean you have this quick conversation, so stream can hear you.
Who?
Stream.
Okay.
Bye. Oh, perfect. Okay. So you're not. So Discord's unmuted on this. You know the Pokemon. Oh my god! I've been peeking this entire time. Anyways, you know the Pokemon Spinda?
I know which one. Your mic cut out.
Spinda.
Binda. Yeah.
Spinda. Spinda.
Yes.
The stupid looking guy with that looks Steve.
How many times do you want me to say yes?
So, I had somebody come into my chat, right? Complaining about BDSP, how it was a faithful remake, and I'm like, bro, that's what
Complaining about what?
how Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were faithful remakes when they advertised them as faithful remakes, right?
Okay.
And then he started complaining about. He's like, "Oh, well, they patched all the fun glitches, like the shaman glitch."
So they're shaming developers for patching glitches.
So I was like, you know,
that's the first part that I see a little mentally unstable.
and
Continue.
I'm like, okay, glitches aren't supposed to exist. And they're like, oh, well, they haven't fixed the one where you're able to move Spinda out of BDSP. Like, what if somebody wanted a shiny Spinda? I responded, there's other games to get Spinda. And he's like, oh, well, that's the only one on the Switch. I'm like, bro, you can mod a 2DS. It takes like an hour and a half if you're stupid. And I'm like, you can also get it in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but the guy wants the Spinda on his Switch.
And if you get it on remember, if you get it on Pokemon Go, you can transfer it to Homed, so it will be on your Switch. So
Yeah. So what's the problem here?
it gets worse. It gets worse. He then is like, when I told him about Pokemon Go, he says, yeah, but I'm pretty sure Spinda patterns are regional. Like, what if the Spinda pattern isn't where you live, so you can't get it onto your Switch?
What's Spinda pattern? What is he talking about?
Spinda. There's 4 billion Spinda variations, right? And when I say variations, I mean, you know those like red dots on it?
Like, I see what he's talking about, because there is a glitch in BDSP where Spinda just stays stuck in there and you can't transfer it out. But what's the gripe here? I'm confused. It seems like a normal chatter.
No. He's like, what if I want a specific Spinda pattern and shiny?
Since when can you get specific patterns?
There's 4 billion Spinda patterns.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's the patterns. The only difference of the patterns is where the Pokemon is red. The little red.
So essentially, they're one of these people who catch Pokemon because they're hype beasts and they want specific patterns.
Yeah. Yes, and he wants a very specific shiny pattern. I'm like,
is it the green and white one?
Yeah. But if you get a shiny Spinda, it's not gonna. There's no guarantee for it to be the pattern you want.
Yeah, it's not like a Labubu where it's like a specific, design.
No, it's random. There's 4 billion different options.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of weird. The one thing with them talking about bugs and whatever was also a little silly.
It's like, I get it, but I'm like, bro, there's so many different things that you can fight over. Are you going to die on the hill complaining about Spinda patterns?
They were arguing with you? It didn't sound like that.
So, I was like saying how BDSP kind of sucks. I mean, Legends Arceus kind of sucks because 2 Pokemon are locked behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Shaman and Darkrai. And you need Shaman and Darkrai to fight in your Pokedex to move on and fight Arceus. Oh no, you don't. You don't need them for Arceus. You need them from Darkrai and Shaman. Oh, well, I didn't know that. Like, he tried to fight me on that. I'm like, listen, in my opinion, there's so many things that Pokemon fans nitpick on that shouldn't be nitpicked.
Also, I've found that you can catch Arceus without even getting anything.
How?
To get Arceus, you just need to catch every Pokemon and get them all to rank 10 in the Pokedex.
You don't need to get them rank 10.
That's what they're saying. If you don't want to buy the DLC, you got to get them all to rank 10.
There's no DLC.
The thing that you were just talking about, how you said you need to pay for it.
No, so the pay for it is you need to get Shaman. In order to get Shaman,
Arceus in general, you just need to catch every Pokemon.
Yes.
You don't need rank 10. You just need to catch all the Pokemon.
But in order to get Shaman, you have to have a Pokemon Sword or Shield save file. And that's required. And you need Shaman to get Arceus. And to get Darkrai, you need a Pokemon BDSP save file.
That's actually really dumb, though.
Yes. And I said that on stream. And then he left. I'm like, okay, you're here to argue. And he's like, oh, well, I buy both Pokemon games. I buy Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Because even though they're the same game, they're drastically different in the wild.
Wait a minute. You don't need to catch Shaman to get Arceus in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Shaman, along with other mythical Pokemon like Darkrai, Manaphy, and File or whatever, don't count toward the Pokedex completion.
Really?
Yeah. So he doesn't even count toward the completion.
I didn't know that.
You have to get Arceus, you have to complete your Pokedex of all other Pokemon that appear in game, not including the mythical.
Okay, then I was wrong. I thought you needed them.
Because I was about to say, if you have to pay for other games just to catch one mythical and beat a game, that's really dumb.
Yeah, that's what I was saying on stream.
So if you want to catch Shaman, you will need to do the save data to meet the prerequisites for those specific Pokemon. However, as previously mentioned, these are not necessary to catch Arceus. Yeah, so everybody's just saying you just have to catch every Pokemon, except 4, which are Darkrai, Shaman, Fion, and Manaphy.
Yeah. Damn, I didn't know
That's
that.
a lot better for me, because that means that I can 100% this game. So what I'm assuming, I might just catch... I want to catch all of the Pokemon, so I might just do the Shaman way as well.
Well, I also have both of the... I have both of those games.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'll do it that way.
Yeah, we can get it done in one day.
I'm down. But let me let you get back to stream. So
yeah,
if you're down, call me.
Okay, bye.
Peace.
Peace. I'm sorry, chat. That was such a weird conversation. Are we still on little? We're on Little Joe. Okay. We're on Little Joe. So I'll admit I was wrong. But the fact that he was willing to die on that hill over a shit, I'm gonna complain for the sake of complaining. Here, I'm sorry, it's so hard for me to wrap my head around that. I'm gonna complain for the sake of complaining. It was so bizarre to me that he was so willing to die on that hill. It was but we just got the issue with Hop now is that he's just going to be annoying until we get a way to burn, until we get a way to leech life. We're just going to be sitting here. We actually haven't made much progress. Is it going to take us 3 streams to get to the first gym? We definitely need other options, right? I don't like the options I have. Because this is going to take another 2 hours. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. We're going to combo taunt him. Fuck it. We really don't have a choice. I don't want to do this. But I gotta get rid of his PP on his attacks. Let's start lowering his attack. So if he does land a hit, he doesn't do as much. Hey, it's more health than we would have if we didn't have a bomb of snow. What do I talk about? Like, I want to end stream, but am I really going to end stream every time we get into a hop fight? He's in yellow, which is really good for us. So now we just... If you're watching, if you want to subscribe or follow, depending on what platform you are on, I'd appreciate it. I'm sorry for being so dry. I've had a long day. Had a really long day, and I regret streaming a little bit because right now I'm empty. I'm on empty. Like, the best way to describe it, right? I get Appleton. Then I would have to get rid of Frozone. But if I get rid of Frozone, I lose Hail. And I already have 2 guys weak to fire. We're gonna have 3 guys weak to fire. The fire gym's gonna screw us over. We gotta get somebody thick. We gotta get somebody like Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet would be great for this challenge. He would be amazing for this challenge. Yeah, he would be great. Learns Mirror Code. What happened to the good old leech seed? I'm so tired. How long have you been in this hop fight? We've been in here for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. He didn't just potion, did he? Yeah, this might be I might just I can't even. I have to record this. I need him to struggle. He better not have another potion. I'm not happy. I'm actually getting miserable. I'm not happy. I'm miserable. I'm miserable. I don't have alcohol. I'm clicking the same button over and over again. I talked to the wrong guy. I want to sleep. A part of me just wants to say no to this challenge. He should be dead. I might end the stream and just continue recording without face cam. I got 4 minutes until I'm in the stream chat. I'm miserable. I'm miserable at this point. If we, I want to beat this guy on stream. I can't wait for the video to just zoom in on my dead face. I feel so miserable right now. Oh my god, finally. Okay guys, I'm tapping out. This isn't fun anymore. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.